Hello everybody, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be making a painting that I call Back Alley Jazz. There will be a link to the full painting in the description where you can download it. And this video will be divided into parts. This is part 1, where we will basically just be doing the setting up of the drawing and like getting the colors, the first colors and things like that. So now we're going to add a background color in, and the background is just going to be black because we want this to be at, this painting is supposed to be at midnight, and I'm just going to paint over that white spot there. I don't know why that was there. So now we're going to start on the perspective. This is going to be a 1-point perspective drawing, and the perspective is going to be as if you are looking down the alleyway. So Sketchbook, the app I'm drawing this in, actually has a really neat, has all the tools you need. So right now we're creating the perspective line, the horizon line that we need. So we're going to add that in. And just so you know, and we're going to add some buildings back there because we want this to appear like it's in a city, but I don't like that brush for the background, so we're just going to change the brush to a pencil brush. And we're going to add it in like that. Too high. And I think that seems just right. So 1-point perspective is probably my favorite perspective point to draw in. It's very simple, but it also gets great. You can also make an amazing painting with using 1-point perspective. So now we're going to add in the background buildings. I wanted this drawing to have a little bit of a noir look. So the buildings are going to be they're going to be a dim color, and they're going to be kind of eerie looking, but also kind of blurry because I want the viewer to focus on the alleyway and not on the buildings in the background. So we're adding the buildings in. 1, 2, 3 buildings. And this is a really neat technique too that you can do in this app. You can also fill in the buildings with color like this. You can fill in the rectangles with color. So now I'm just going to fill in the light. I want it to be kind of an ambient yellow light, which I think will get the feeling that I want. And once I get the feeling that I want for the building, I'll be able to start drawing the alleyway itself. In this part, though, we will just create the outline for the alleyway, but we won't actually start adding the details to the alleyway till the next video. So we're about done filling in the squares. So what's neat about this is you can already tell that the buildings do look kind of noir. At least I think they look kind of eerie. But they're also kind of blurry. which is kind of the desired effect for this painting. I'm going to be filling in a lot more. I'm going to be doing a lot more paintings, videos like this on just drawing in Sketchpad. I really have a lot of fun doing it, and I just wanted to express this talent to the world. I've always loved like the seedy look of like alleyways. That's why I wanted to draw this. Especially since I'm drawing this I'm actually drawing this, and it's around 11 o'clock at night. So the scene is like, the mood, like the time of night, like the time is perfect to draw something like this. Okay, so now we're going to add in the perspective. We're going to add in the 1-point perspective. So you can, it's always really neat to see it early, like how it goes back in space. So that's going to be the alleyway. That's going to be the ground of the alleyway. Those two lines are going to be the, like, kind of the ground of the alleyway. So now I'm going to add in, and this is the building. This is going to be the outline for the buildings in the alleyway. And okay, I think that's too high. So I'm going to go lower. So, like, I wanted this to be kind of a dark, it's going to be kind of a dark, grimy building when it's finished. I plan to even put, like, graffiti. I even plan to put graffiti on the buildings and put, like, windows with bars over them. Maybe. But on the left wall, I plan to paint a door that's supposed to be like a secret jazz club in the back alley. So that's really neat. So we have the building outline, but a problem we still have is all the negative space. Just the darkness, because I don't want this to look like outer space. I want it to look like a city. So I'll probably just fill in the negative space with, like, grass or something like that. What's really neat is you can paint. So now I'm going to fill in the buildings, I think. So I'm going to do that with a paintbrush because I want the actual buildings in the ground to look more realistic. So I'm going to do that with a paintbrush. And I'm going to paint, and it's really important that we keep the perspective. It's really important that, like, when you're painting something like this, that you're mindful of, like, where each line goes when you're drawing in perspective. Because if you mess up one thing, you can actually ruin the perspective. So what I wanted this, so I'm going to be painting, actually, after I finish painting it, like, this dark gray color, I'm going to be painting over it, like, with a more browner color, because I want the ground of the alleyway to look very kind of grimy. So I'm going to mix gray and brown to give that, like, grimy look. So, and just so you know, there won't be any people in the alleyway. People are still really hard for me to draw. So I don't want to draw anybody in this alleyway. And so as we keep drawing and just filling in, like, the blank spaces, and I'm going to be filling in the buildings with the same color that I'm filling the ground in with right now. The buildings are going to be filled in the same. Well, I think that's time, so have a great night, everybody.